So we'll go from there. Welcome for the evening. Thank you. We're going to go over just some introductions again. If you haven't been here, anybody new tonight? Great, okay. So my name's Jeff Leathers. I'm the president of the board. Rich Martinez right over there is the vice president. In the back of the room taking role is Curtis Short. He's our secretary. And then we have Evan Jameson in the back with the big M. He's a member at large. And Denton Williams, member at large as well. They handle all of the new rookie trainings as well. And what's your name, sir?
Keith Clark.
Keith Clark?
Yeah, I actually was under with you guys.
Yes. I was going to say, I didn't recognize the name. All right, well, welcome back. Welcome back, thank you. And then Mike Evans, our signers here. I don't think Chris Reynolds, are you here? No, Chris Reynolds isn't here. He's the guy you want to know. He gets you paid, so we'll get to him down the road here. I wanted to just kind of go over what we have left for meeting scheduled. Skip's not here also, but you'll get to meet him in our last meeting before the season starts. So we have another meeting coming up on the 10th. That'll be a general meeting as well on November 10th. The clinic is going to be one day this year. It's going to be November 22nd. We're going to run 3 different clinics. Rich will go into that more and more detail. You will be assigned that, so you get an opportunity on the 10th to get signed up for the date that you want to go. If you're not here or you're not going to attend, make sure that you email the board and let them know what times you want to be assigned to. We'll get it published as well on the Arbiter so that you know what times the clinics are. These clinics are not for the rookies. You're welcome to be here as first-year officials and to attend and be part of the clinic. However, it is not the clinic for you. We will have a separate clinic for you for first years because we want to work on some skills specifically for you and help develop you and have you ready to go. After that, please notice we have quite a few upcoming rookie meetings coming. These are for second years as well. Those are going to be on the 6th, the 11th, and the 20th are what's left. They will not be at this Boys and Girls Club. They're going to be at the 9th Street gym. So they'll be at the 9th Street Boys and Girls Club. So make sure you pay attention to that on Arbiter. If you're a rookie or a second year, it's mandatory that you attend those. So if you can't make it for some reason, you need to make sure that you get email and information in and let them know so that we can excuse you or help you get into other classes as well and trainings. Last one will be the general meeting and the banquet on November the 24th, right after the clinic will be the last meeting before the season starts. I would highly encourage you to be here. There's going to be a lot of information about how things are done during the season, what we do, how we handle certain situations, including fights and reports of ejections and things like that. Skip will speak at that meeting. Extremely important to be here on the 24th. So for sure. And of course, the clinic is just as important for you as well. Then last meeting of the year will be on February the 1st, which is the same time that they do the Pro Bowl. We did that intentionally so you don't have to worry about a playoff game or the Super Bowl. We didn't want you to miss either of those. To be determined. Looks like we're going to do a barbecue place. That's what we're working on right now. We just need to work out a couple of details. I think that means Curtis and I need to go try the food and make sure we like it. So we'll get you everybody there. That'll be coming up. Scrimmages are to be determined. They will be noted to you in Arbiter, and I would highly recommend, if you're a 1, 2, or 3, that you plan on being in a scrimmage. Is it mandatory? Absolutely not. But guess what? We're going to be using shot clocks this year. And that's going to be a great time for you to get an opportunity to practice and use it. Please make the most of that advantage and get the chance to get out there and use the shot clock.
I interject, and I'm
Yes, you may.
I'm right on top of what he's saying.
Yeah.
They're going to be pivotal. Those scrimmages are going to be pivotal for you to get on that court to see that shot clock. We only have 2 or 3 trainings that are going to go on at the schools. We're not trying to do that all day and all week. Those will bring some officials out. We'll throw it out there for you guys. Come on out. Hopefully some of you will be working the board itself. We'll see how that goes a little bit. But for the most part, the scrimmages are going to be everything. You're going to get out and run. That's where you're going to see it. That's where you'll get your experience. Thank you.
You bet. Last but not least, the NFHS rules exam part 1, which is what we take to be qualified and certified as an official, has to be done. There's a passing score, I believe it's 74, if I'm not mistaken. However, if you choose to be in postseason, you're gonna have to do much better than that. You do have the opportunity to take it as many times as you want. I would highly recommend and encourage you to take it the first time cold, just to kind of see what you need to do, okay? It's a great way to learn and a great way to see the rules. It is required that in order to get assignments for the first period, you must have this done by November 16th at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. is because at midnight the clock rolls over Eastern time. So if you're not on our report by 9 p.m. on November the 16th, you will not get assignments in the first period, and I want to make sure all of you get those. So please, please, please take the time. You can go do it now. It's 50 questions, I promise you. It's not a lot of time. Set an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours aside. Do it once, do it cold. If you have a problem, you'll know what you need to go back and fix, and we can go from there. Questions. If you have questions for the board, and this isn't just questions, but this nnboa email at gmail.com, this is used for addressing all concerns to the board. So if you have a problem, an issue, you don't care for the game assignments, whatever the situation is that you have during the season, this is where we ask that you start your initial concerns. So send us an email, we'll address those, we'll look at them accordingly. If you need an absence from one of the meetings and you're asking for an excused absence, you do not get a hold of Curtis. You do not get a hold of Mike Evans. You do not get a hold of Rich. I appreciate it. You don't even get a hold of me. You just send an email into the board explaining the reason that you need to be done or not there, and the board will go over these and review them and excuse or not excused. If you're not excused, you'll hear about it. We'll let you know why you're not excused. If you're excused, just assume that you don't hear anything, you're okay, okay? Any other issues or concerns? If you have a question that's so pressing that you can't send it to the board and you want to talk to me, my phone number is available. I think everybody's had it, and if you don't have it, you can reach out to me tonight before you go. I'm happy to talk to you. I would love to talk to anybody who has an issue before you walk out of this association or you decide it's just not worth it. And I've had a couple people do that, and we've had some really good conversations, and guess what? Things changed. Because I want you to know where our position is as a board. We want every one of you to get the opportunity to grow and have fun and make money in this association. And best of all, officiate some kids and get out there. So I promise you, there's not one of us that doesn't want to see you succeed in this board. So if you ever have a feeling like that we don't want to do that, you're incorrect, and you just give me a phone call and we can talk about why. So just wanted to share that with all of you. Something that is important to all of you, I know there's a lot of new officials this year, is our policies and procedures for conflict of interest. I'm going to go over this with you real quick. And yes, I'm going to read it for you. I know it's in front of you, but I want you to hear it. NIAA official constitution definition. No school employee, relative of a participating athlete, or coach may officiate at any varsity football, soccer, basketball, baseball, softball, volleyball, wrestling, or diving contest in which his school is participating. A conflict of interest includes having a family member or close personal or business relationship with someone who is a player, coach, administrator, or otherwise involved with a team. So it's great if you have good relationships with coaches, but if you spend time with them away from the field and people know about it, you should not be officiating their games. It's a conflict of interest. We don't want that. Especially during heavy contests, the last thing any of you need to do is try to answer for why you were on a game and you made that call, and they all know that that's your buddy, right? Even if it's the right call, it doesn't matter. We just don't need it, and the NIAA doesn't want it.
We've had this out for a few years.
Yeah.
Shockingly enough, I did a game on last Friday night over in Tonopah. The referee was related to the team. He told the other team's coach to shut his pie hole, and things just went off from there. It was all bad in a 59-0 football game. You can get pie there.
You know, you can get by a Tonopah. At least I hear that. Officials in the NNBOA have a duty to disclose and block any team, school in which the official has a conflict of interest, real or perceived. Real or perceived. So if you even think that somebody's going to think that, it's your duty to tell us. I will tell you that there have been a couple situations where it was perceived and we said, no, that's not enough. Go officiate the game. But bring it up. If you're concerned, you have a doubt, let us know. We would rather put you on something else so that we don't have a problem.
Is this specific to the sport that you're officiating?
Yes. Yes, specifically for basketball right now. So, or
And
any
take
other
that
sport
with a
actually.
grain of
Well, as
salt.
an example, my daughter is the head golf coach for Minogue.
Yeah.
So, is that a problem?
You would need to disclose that. We would have to discuss it with the NIAA and go from there.
I
Thank
block all
you.
McQueen games.
Say that again?
I block all McQueen games
Yeah.
when I coach
Yeah.
McQueen golf. So-
Right.
I did the same. I blocked everything from Reed when my son played baseball for Reed. I blocked everything.
Yeah, so again, if there's any question as to whether something is a conflict of interest, officials are required to contact the NNBO Executive Board for clarification, okay? So now we've covered this. This is in our forms. If you need to go look at it, you're more than welcome to on Arbiter. And now, you like it? Mike Evans.
Okay, so 5 weeks from Friday, we already are starting the season. Can you believe the high school season starting 5 weeks from last Friday, 4 weeks from this coming Friday? So opening weekend is the day after Thanksgiving. I brought it up many times before. I would right now, I know the deadline to get your availability in for the first assignment period, which takes us right just before Christmas. The deadline is not for another week and a half. I'd do it right now. You know, because there's a lot of games that have to be assigned. It's a huge scheduling period. It's the biggest one that we have, especially that first week. Some of you guys, I know which people don't want to work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the 4th, 5th, and 6th of December. I know which people. I also know which people are willing to work those games every day, those days. Like my friend Gary here. I'm not going to kill you the 4th, 5th, and 6th. We're going to strategically keep Gary healthy by making sure that you aren't killing yourself during the first week. But that being said, how do we make sure that an old official like me, a little younger guy like Gary, how do we make sure that we stay healthy? We need guys like Jay, Rahana, Tyler, and so on. You guys are going to be doing a boatload of games. Be ready. So everybody be ready to go that first week. I can tell you that if for those who are more veteran officials that do 4A, 3A, three-person games, league starts in January. Everything's a crossover before that. Okay, so and again, I'm just going to put it in the arbiter the dates in the 4A in particular that they're playing that are going to be busy because they're going to be playing the same nights as 3A and there's going to be Wednesdays for 3 straight weeks that they're going to be playing when 3A plays. So it's going to be a busy time. So we need our three-person officials, our ones all the way through our threes, to be ready for those nights, okay? So start thinking ahead in January, Monday, Wednesday. I know, of course, the busiest day is always going to be Friday, okay? So again, do all you can to get your availability in now. I've talked to some of you guys, like Zach takes that week off every year, don't you, Zach?
Yes, sir.
And he's a good soldier, just like many others are great soldiers, okay? One thing I want to bring up is I probably have done you a disservice for 20 plus years when you haven't accepted your games, and I text you the day before that your games are going to go off the arbiter, maybe 2 days before, and hold your hand, and the games, I just don't want those games going off the arbiter. I woke up this morning like Chad did, I was sick to my stomach. Why was I sick to my stomach, Chad?
Because of how long the list was today.
Huge list of people that did not accept their games. Board members did not accept their games. Unacceptable. I want to be the first one to accept my games every time. Every time. So I get that email from Chad, I want to be the first one to accept my games. And you should all have that mentality. Be the first one to accept your games. Live by the arbiter. That is your Bible. And it's so unfair to Chad. It's so unfair to me when you don't accept your games. They go off the arbiter. Because then it puts a block on you. And now you have, even when you're available, it has to be overridden. So again, Chad's done a wonderful job. And he must be kicking his, he's beating his head against the wall and saying, what else do I need to do to get people to accept their games? It's a huge schedule in middle school in November, and there's tons of openings now. So not a good thing. But I'm excited because we are ready to go, and we're going to be out the gate as fast as possible. Anthony.
Mike, I know you've took, because I'm guilty, you've told me how many days, but can you share with everyone?
Sure.
How many days?
Good question. On the 5th day, you have to accept your game. So let's say the games are published November 12th. By 9 o'clock our time, 12 o'clock midnight Eastern time, by the morning of the 17th, the games have to be accepted. So basically, if the games are published on the 12th, that means the 16th at 9 p.m., they have to be accepted, or they go off the arbiter. So does that make sense? Just take care of it. I know mostly in this room, you know, no matter what, you get your games accepted as quick as possible, but that's just got to be a priority. Because it just puts a lot of stress on Chad, a lot of stress through yours. And again, I'm guilty for holding your hand and texting you 2 days beforehand saying, hey, your games are on the arbiter, you haven't accepted them. That's your responsibility. That should not be me holding your hand, honestly. So most of you, I'm preaching to the choir because most of you do a great job of it. But be that person that accepts their games right away. And then nobody has to ever get on your case, or, you know, Chad, you know, poor Chad having to think, you know, I had a great situation and now all these openings. So he's got a lot of work to do thanks to that. Any questions? Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Mike. So thank you, Mike, and thank you, Chad. Some of you that are new, they assign all of the games that you go to. They make sure that you're there. They put the teams together. When you don't show up or you don't call, then they have to go find somebody else. I've seen both of them work games just to fill them in to make sure that they got 2 officials on them. So I can't impress upon you enough how important it is that you just do that. I mean, you wouldn't go to work and not clock in, right? So you've been assigned these games so that you would get paid because you said you were available. If you're not available and you have to turn them back, it would be better to tell them than let it just pass by. They'd like to hear from you way in advance, so that way they can start their process a lot faster and get it fixed. So look, we all make mistakes, we all forget something. You know, we all go, oh gosh, I forgot it's, you know, so-and-so's birthday and I committed to being there. That's okay. I'd rather hear about it and we figure it out and let's get it fixed, you know? Okay, so please be ladies and gentlemen and help them with this. Real quick, we're gonna have an eye test. If you can see these, then you're doing really good and you can probably officiate any game. All right. Curtis brought up just a little chart. These are the points that people have earned so far.
Yeah, so as of right now, if you went to both of the first meetings and then taken the test, you should have 6 credits, okay? You don't need to take a picture, Rope. The full.
In fairness, we had a big screen last time, and I thought, okay, this will work on the big screen.
Well, the problem is I have a Excel spreadsheet that's very easy to read. It's on Arbiter. It was updated through yesterday afternoon. It's all color coded. You can see your names, et cetera, okay? So like I said, if you've been to both meetings, taken the test, you have 6 credits. And then if you come to the clinic, that's 8 more credits. You've got your 12 to be ready to officiate, okay? So if you see that you don't have any credits, then you probably need to talk to us because some of you didn't write an email to the NNPOA email and ask for an excused absence, okay? You can't just say I'm going to supper or whatever, okay? If you have to work or you got a family issue or you referee basketball, like tonight there's a couple people out in the outlying areas reffing, they can't make it to the meeting. So it's got to be a legit reason, okay? And then if you get it to us, I'll respond to every one of them, okay? And if you've gotten one from me, you know, right? Another thing is when I send these makeup quizzes out, I sent one with Tony Padilla, and quite a few people that had excused absences didn't send their makeup stuff back in. Now, I found at least one person where my email went to spam. So if you missed last meeting and you didn't do the makeup test, but you wish you would have, then go look in your spam for my email and then get it out of there, okay? And then we'll work with you. I let one person who sent me the email out of his spam folder, and I let him make up the first two meetings because he had sent in excused absences, okay? So anyway, that's all I've got on that. And then the other thing is tonight, the store closes tonight. So the link is out on Arbiter, okay? If you are a rookie or new to our chapter and you don't have the jacket, that's where you get the jacket, okay? As of yesterday, I think we've only had 12 orders on the store. And it's got stuff like this. It's got undershirts now. It's got shorts with our logo. It's got a vest if you like a vest. If you want to come to a game in a polo, it's got female stuff in there. If the females want to get something, little light pullovers, jackets, whatever, anything. And if there's ever anything you want to add to it, just let me know. I'll just have them put it on the store, okay? So, but the jacket's the most important thing, all right?
Speaking of things you can order online and look good, I want to talk about proper pregame attire. So, if you walk into a gym and you think that you're just sneaking in and nobody sees you, you're absolutely wrong. I guarantee you from the minute you walk in, people know who you are, they know who the officials are, they know that you're supposed to be there, and they'll judge you from the minute you walk in the door, right? They'll judge you by what you're wearing. They'll judge you by your actions. They'll judge you by who you say hi to and who you don't say hi to. Just remember all of that because they're paying attention. And nowadays, they have a phone to go with it, right? Which happens to have a beautiful camera and a video on it. And I can't tell you how many times we get videos of that guy spent too much time shaking that guy's hand and da-da-da-da-da. So believe me, this happens. So what should you wear when you show up to the event or to the venue where you're going to officiate? I would highly recommend it's at least a nice pair of jeans, some good-looking tennis shoes or dress shoes, slacks, dockers, dress pants, a polo shirt, nice sweater. You don't have to wear anything that says NNBOA on it if you don't want to, but you can. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff in the store. We don't make anything on that. I'm just telling you that there's nice stuff there. It's good for you. Dress shoes, tennis shoes that are clean. Here's what you should not wear. Please don't come in sweatpants. You know, especially pants with holes, shorts, dirty shoes, tank tops, t-shirts. Please don't do those things. And I would highly recommend you don't walk in your uniform. It's never a good idea. There's always going to be locker rooms for you and areas for you to change. And if there isn't, all you have to do is let us know and we will have it fixed immediately going forward so that doesn't happen again. But I don't think I've run into, Rich, have you ever run into any place where you couldn't go and find somewhere you could change?
Rare, bathroom's always there.
Yeah.
Stall.
You got
all time.
somewhere. But, you know, I'll tell you an example of this, and I hate to give old stories out, but Brian Nelson's here, right? Nellie, you'll remember this. First high school freshman game, I go to McQueen High School. I get off early because I'm so excited that I'm going to do this, freshman high school game, and I'm sitting at home, which I live about 5 minutes away from McQueen at the time, and I get a phone call. And they're like, hey, this is the athletic director over at McQueen. Where are you? I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm not supposed to be there for like an hour. Oh no, the game was supposed to start right now. And I'm like, okay, I'll be right there. So I hop in my car and I drive across the street and I'm fully dressed in the uniform. You know what happened when I walked in the door? Everybody booed me because I was late. Which I wasn't late. They had changed the game time. Mike didn't know. And as a funny story, my partner, who is now the AD at Fernley, wasn't there. He was on his way in from Fernley. So this guy comes out of the stands and says, hey, I can tell you need some help. I've reffed a little bit. I'd be happy to referee with you. And that's when Brian Nelson came back into the chapter and started officiating. So we worked together in that game. So that's just a little story about walking in your clothes because believe me, they see you and they know who you are. And just another thing to keep in mind, when you're wearing that gear, after you're ready to relax and you go have a beer at the bar, probably a good time not to have anything that says you're an NNBOA official on, just because you never know who you're going to run into. So please keep this in mind. If you have questions or concerns, email the board. We'd be happy to listen to you about it, but professionalism is what you're here for. This is a professional job that you're taking care of, and it's your avocation. So show the pride that you have in what you've done and how you're working for it. Okay? I think we're up to you, Rich.
It's good rocking. All right.
I'm gonna switch over to
Today's training is gonna, as you guys got the email, we're gonna do a little bit of shot clock right off the bat with Scott Clark. He's gonna come on up and we're gonna talk a little bit. We'll show this video. This video, I'm gonna send it out to all of you. This thing was shot in September, and this guy does a pretty good job of kind of going over the basics of it. So as he's doing that, we're gonna try and stop. Scott is gonna hit some talking points during the video, and then once we're completed with that, we're gonna split off into 2 groups, and we're gonna go over some test questions. It is my goal to have you understand the questions, not just take the test, but understand what we're talking about. Really want to hit it home. I became really good with the test at one point in my career because this is what we did. We just went into the classroom and we just got it down. To be able to tell the coach, oh, sorry, coach, that's rule 9. That's rule 9 that you have there, okay? You owe me a Diet Coke on that one. Thank you very much. You know, when you're able to do rules verbatim with coaches and players, it's hard for them to argue stuff. So let's work on that. We'll work on 20 questions, see how far we get today. Next meeting, we'll go over some more, okay? Scott Clark.
Hey, before we start,
Yeah?
so what I'm gonna do for about 20 minutes or so, just gonna kind of, I know we've talked about it before, and I feel like I'm kind of beating a dead horse with the shot clock aspect of our game, but we just haven't had a chance to do it yet. So we're just trying to overemphasize the importance, the understanding of what we're trying to do with the shot clock. It's going to be good for our game. It's going to keep things flowing. I think the bigger issue is going to be if just teams are beating other teams up. They have to keep shooting. They can't just stop. They got to keep going. This video here that we're going to watch in just a minute is a guy that I think from the South that did it. He's got a couple spots in it that are pretty good as far as just video. Obviously, people have lots of videos, but it turns into finding where the shot clock issue might have been, and it just turns into monotonously of trying to find different things. This one here, he's got a couple spots that are pretty good as far as just some clips of the ball slightly missing the rim, the ball hitting the rim barely, we're getting a reset, we're not getting a reset, just kind of go through things. But what I want to do first, I just kind of want to, before we even get into the shot clock stuff of understanding when we first get to our games and talking to our tables. Okay, so the table, I know some of us are going to be doing the table as far as officials that are doing the JV games or not working games, might be doing our shot clock in the games. But just to understand of the importance of them as part of our crew. Okay, we always talk about the table being our part of our crew, that the shot clock is just even more important because now it's more of a focal point of our game because of it's being new, right? So everyone's going to be watching the shot clock, and one person is going to be in charge of that shot clock. So it's going to be a little bit more of a understanding for them that yes, they're going to screw up, and they're going to screw up more than once, right? But that's part of our game. We're going to have, just like us calling fouls, we're going to have issues. We're going to have, hey, that was not, I might have missed it, sure, but you know what? We're going to continue on. Okay, so the same thing with the shot clock. So I walk into all my games that we have when I go to like a junior college game, where 99% of the time it's a volleyball player or it is a baseball player that is doing the books and doing the clock, and you have to tell them everything over brand new. So that's kind of how I'm going to go with all of my games this year with our high school stuff. Is more of that we're going to walk in there and they're not going to know anything about it. That's my thought when I walk in there. Whether they know or not, they don't know anything. All right, so we just have to understand that when we start talking to them about our shot clock aspects, the biggest thing that we got to tell them is that yes, they're going to mess up, and 2, we're going to tell them to change it, and we're going to tell them to change it all the time, and it's okay. Right? So it's not like, hey, you keep screwing it up. No, it's fine because you're a part of our crew. We're going to have mistakes. Yes, we need to be better, but we're going to have to change things a lot. Right? Especially at the beginning of the season, the first probably 2 or 3 weeks, first month, we're going to have to do a lot of changes, and it's fine. Boop, boop, hey, can you put it at 27? Perfect, put it at 27. Right? So when I go over and talk to my table, first thing I talk to them about is just being a slow reset. If they're not sure on a reset, don't reset it. Just say, hey, if you're not sure, hopefully 3 of us will figure out that it was wrong, and we're gonna boop, boop, hey, set it, that hit the rim, we're gonna reset it to 20. Or reset it to 30, whatever it may be. Okay, but again, a very slow switch, or slow reset, excuse me, is okay. Right? So that way, again, as a crew, we know that we're going to go, hey, I told these guys at the table we're going to have a slow reset. So the slow reset is going to be consistent with us. Hey, they're slowly resetting the clock. Perfect. Got it. Perfect. All right? Next thing on my list was when you first get there, if you can, run the clock. Run the shot clock. hear the horn, see how it reacts, see what the sound's like. Because again, they're going to have different horns than what they are. Damani Ranch is the worst horn in the country. Their shot clock might be super, super loud. I have no idea, right? So let's just go in there, first part of it. Hey, can you run it down to 0 and see how it sounds? Can you show me how to reset it? How are you going to reset it to 20? How to reset it to 35? Again, this is just my pregame of just walking over the table. This is before the game even starts. Can you show me how to do this? How are you going to do this? Perfect, okay?
On that note, Scott, some schools have advised me that some have the light up backboards and some don't. You have to do what he said to figure out if you have that or not. That's part of your pregame.
Right, and it's just, and again, it's just this is my little checklist of things I need to do beforehand, okay? Some of them are going to be in different spots. I know at McQueen, it's on the left-hand side of the backboard, which is totally in a weird spot. Some are going to be up higher. It's just going to be kind of, hey, figure out where things are at, okay? Some of our hand signals, yes?
Sorry, just a quick question before that. For the shot clock, is it when it turns 0, or is it when the buzzer goes off, or is it when the light turns on? Or
All of the above.
All of the above.
All of the
So
above.
if
It's going to be,
zero,
I mean, we're looking at zeros,
Okay,
especially if the ball's in the hand,
okay,
right? The ball's still in the hand and it's at zeros, it's a violation.
okay. I just
So the light
wanna
might-
make
the
sure
light-
it's not the sound of a horn or anything. If I see zeros, it's in the head.
And hopefully it's all in sync, right? But I mean, I'm looking at the zeros.
Okay,
Again, we're not gonna have an opportunity for replays, not to see videos, we can't see that. So it's just gonna be like, where's that ball in that hand?
yep.
That's what we're looking for, okay?
And that's because the clock on the table's got 4 tenths.
Sure.
Right? It's got tenths on the actual clock, but nothing up on top.
Okay?
Hang on, wait a second then. So then you don't want us to do zeros.
I'm using zeros.
If it has tens on it.
I don't think
No, it
they
doesn't.
should.
They don't have tens. They don't have tens.
Talking about more of a game clock plug.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. The next thing I want to tell my table is our hand signals. Okay. So reset is I'm starting it up, right? Okay. I try to let my table know that, hey, if I give you a thumbs up, don't change it. It's right where it's at. Sometimes we'll have a shot, it goes up, hits the rim, it goes to 20. I go, boom, perfect. Awesome. Hey, I just give like a quick little thumbs up, especially if I'm in front of the table. I'm just giving a thumbs up. Hey, good call. Leave it there. Because the next thing you know, you're gonna do 20. Hey, perfect. Also, you look up and there's 33, and you're like, damn it! You're perfect. I just gave it. So I'm just again giving our table. Hey, this is our reset. Hey, we're good. Leave it. It's perfect. Don't change it because we're gonna have a foul at 29. A defensive foul in the front court. It's gonna stay where? At 29. Hey, perfect. Hey, perfect. Leave it as good. Perfect. Next thing you look up, it's 35, and the ball's in play. Boo, hey, put it back at 29. Right? And it's okay. But again, just giving a quick little hey, I'm just going to give you a quick little thumbs up. Hey, we're good. Good. Leave it where it's at. Okay? Our reset and our okay. And again, that's not in the rule books. That's just me going hey, I need to make sure my crew knows what's going on. We're good. Look at my partners. Hey, we're good. Shot clock, perfect. Let's leave it as where it's at. Okay? That's just communicating. All right?
Excuse me,
Yes.
Scott. So, in that instance, are you pre-gaming that with your entire crew? Hey, look, these are the signals, or is one official on your crew communicating with that shot clock operator? How are you gonna do
I mean,
that?
personally, I'm going to go with probably my veteran to kind of see how he wants, especially the R on the game.
Right.
Just say, wait, how do you want to communicate this? That's what I mean. With any of my guys that I've worked with for many years, somebody will bring up a point. Hey, what do you want to do for this? Hey, let's do this. Perfect. What do you got? What's the next thing on your list? Hey, and we'll go around. So, is it this is the only way to do it? Absolutely not. But get on the same page with your crew. That way, you're on the same boat. Again, reset. We're good to go. That's pretty much all we have for that aspect of it. I mean, again, but being on the same page before we even walk out makes life easy. That way, I go to the table and I look back at my partners and I go, "Hey, we're good to go to the table. Perfect. They know our 2 little hand signals. We should be good to go for tonight." Okay. When I tell my table that we have it's been reset, I need to go down to 32. Please do not just run the clock to get to 32. Just have them reset at 32. Because sometimes the game clock does run, the shot clock doesn't run. Now we're taking off more time on the game clock. So just have them change the clock to where it needs to go. Right? And it might take a second or two for them to like, hold the buttons. Again, that's a pregame of like, hey, can you set it to 27 for me? Perfect. You go, boop, boop, 27. Awesome, great. Now we're in a game. Okay? Don't just run the clock down. Tell them what you want the clock at. Okay? Be very precise. It's like, hey, put it at 27. I need the game clock at 6:25. Boop, boop, boop. Give it a second to go and off we're running. Okay? But again, running the clock down, now you're getting yourself into a different world because now if we're at under a minute and all of a sudden we just run it down, now we're taking up, just set the shot clock where it's supposed to be at. Don't need to run the clock with it. Okay? Again, I'm telling that to my table. If I ask you, hey, I'm just going to tell you if I need to set it to 27, just set the game clock at 27, or the shot clock, excuse me. Okay? Easy enough? What's my next thing? Tom Kingston sent me a paper the other day of kind of a cheat sheet. Okay, that I think it's effective. Okay, it's more points kind of going to it. I'm going to try to send this out I'll send it out to the board, and they can send it out to you guys as well. It's just a little cheat sheet of things to bring to your mind. Okay, so some of this, and again, then we'll walk to this for a second. Okay. So it says in here, it says reset 2. He's got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things that go back to 35 seconds. Okay, that's my brain. Go, hey, what sets me to 35 seconds? Okay, change of team control, a turnover, a rebound by a defense. We're going to set that to what? 35, right? Okay, the team scores. 35. Okay, we shoot a free throw. What are we going to set the clock to before we shoot the free throw? 35. Why not 20? Defense is more likely to get it, correct? So leave it at 35. We have a foul, put it at 35. Okay, if we get an offensive foul, boop, they set it at 20 and off we go. Easy. It's much easier to go to 35 than it is 20.
So if the foul shot's missed, then the offense gets the rebound, it's 20 seconds.
Correct. And that's going to be, again, another one of our pregame with our coach, with our table. Hey, and again, they'll figure it out as we go. Okay? A personal foul. Okay, a personal foul on the defense in the front court. What are we going to do?
Nothing, it just stays.
Okay, depends on where it's at. That's the question. If we have a defensive foul at 29, we're going to leave it at 29. If we have a foul at 18, we're going to go to what? We're going to go to 20. Okay, just situational things. And again, it's just a quick little reminder of, hey, we're going to leave it where it's at. Or we're going to put it to 20. Okay? Alternating possession. Okay, a possession arrow goes to defense.
35.
Got to go to 35. Right? Because it's a change of possession. Right? Let's go a violation. An offensive violation. A travel. A double dribble. 35. Okay, you see the theme here. Some of these things are very easy, especially when it's a change of possession. There's almost 90% of it's going to go to 35 seconds. Okay? Now we're working our way into another one here. Offensive rebound after a shot hits the rim. Going to go to 20. Right? It doesn't matter where it's at. If it's at 32 and they shoot and miss it, it's going to go to 20. Yes?
Would you recommend to the shot clock operator that when the shot hits the rim to go 35 immediately and then change it to 20 depending on the rebound, or just stop it?
No, I mean, I'm going to leave it alone until it gets touched. Usually 35 is probably the easiest because it's going to be tipped, it's going to be tipped, it's going to be tipped, and then we reset it. Okay? Yes?
Shot goes up offensively 28 seconds, and they get their own rebound at 25 seconds.
Yep.
You don't reset that to 20.
Correct. You do.
It goes to 20.
Yes.
You're taking time from the offense.
Correct.
and getting your rebound.
Correct.
So the term has been used. We're not forcing them to shoot. They took that chance to shoot and make it at 27. Now they're going to get the ball, and now we're going to reset to 20. So it's always going to go to 20 offensive rebound. So trust me, there's many questions that I asked for a long time. If I have a fast break and it's a pass layup missed, he shoots it at 33. He gets the ball back. It goes to 20.
They gave up their extra 5 seconds when they shot.
Correct.
We reached out to the state rules interpreter for this.
Yeah.
And that was his response.
we asked this
It makes sense just to leave it there, right? Just leave it, let the clock run down. That's how we normally do it.
That's not the rule.
That's how he interpreted
Correct.
it to us.
Correct, well, it's not worded that way, but that's what it is. Offensive rebound goes to 20.
I think he's wrong. I think he's wrong, and I think it's gonna change. Stand by for more on that, all right?
Go back to that jump ball.
Right.
Offense gets it out.
We're gonna get there in a second. We're gonna get there in just a second. Okay. All right. So again, don't think too much about it. Just follow the rule. Kind of how it works. Don't worry about how it works. Just that's how it works. Okay. A couple more. Then we're gonna watch some film. Okay. Ball deflected by the defense. Goes out of bounds. Stays right where it's at. Right. Okay. It doesn't matter where it's at. It's gonna go out of bounds. It's there. Okay, it's going to go wherever it's at, stay at there. Okay, leave it there. Okay, offense, alternate possession, and it's retained by the offense. Leave it right where it's at. Leave it right where it's at.
Even if it's under 20?
Yep. Yep, leave it where it's at. Now again, we have a shot that goes up, bounces. Two people come down, offense and defense, get the ball, bring it down. We have a help ball, what are we going to have?
Fresh reset to whoever gets there.
If it's an offensive arrow, 20 seconds. Okay, 20 seconds. Why? No change possession, but there was a shot. Right? The ball bounced off the rim. We come down together. We have a held ball. It's going to be a possession. We're going to set it to 20. Okay? Timeout or injury. Offense retains possession. Leave it right where it's at. Nothing changes. Okay, again, pretty much everything we think about as a defensive change, we're gonna have a reset. If the offense keeps most everything, it's gonna be where it's at over 20. Right? So if the rim comes off the rim, offense gets it, it gets a 20. If we have a held ball, offense gets it, it's gonna stay where it's at. Okay? I think that was all for that particular stuff. Okay, but again, there's a theme. Defense keeps the ball, it's just reset. Offense keeps the ball, wherever it's at, or it's okay? Okay, making sense, yes? Now, the bigger thing that I have out of here as well, before this last thing, we have to make sure we tell our tables that when we have a ball that gets passed in bounds after a made basket, you see it all the time. The ball goes in the hole, they reset it at 35, the kid gets the ball, takes it out of bounds, does one of these, passes the ball in, look up, and it's a 32. Right? The table gets in that habit of like, oh, the ball in the hole, I'm going to reset it. And it's just going to run. Okay, but the time does not start until when? The ball is legally touched in bounds, right? It's in the bounds. So you have to just remind them, hey, the clock does not start until the ball is passed in bounds. Right? We have our count. We have an idea. Right? That's probably the hardest thing that our scorekeepers will have is getting that clock to start. Because again, as soon as we pass it in, we look up and it's 32. We're like, oh shit, here we go. Now we got a defensive press. Boop, boop, boop. All of a sudden you're like, oh my God, now we look up and it's a 26. And they've only had it for 7 seconds. Right. But now it's 9 on the clock. Right? That's when we come across an issue. So again, reminder our table, 35 when the ball is inbounded, not when they get the ball out of the rim, out of the net. Because there's sometimes when they pass, they'll hand it yada for 3 or 4 seconds and then pass it in, look up and it's 31. Can't happen.
Will the max start over?
Correct.
Can I ask you what you're going to do in that situation if you know that the ball's only been in the backcourt for 7 seconds and you're about ready to call a 10-second violation? What will you do?
Okay, so the biggest thing that I'm going to do is that if this is a early game situation, I'm going to probably stop it. Hey, boop, boop, hey, 35. But I want to make sure that table understands what we're doing instead of having to do it 4, 5, 6 times down the line.
Start it over again?
Yep, just start up. It's just nip it in the bud quickly. Right now, if the ball gets inbounded and the guy touches and it's at 33, 34, and it's just a pass and off we go, I might let it slide for a minute or so. But at the next dead ball or situation where I can talk to the table, yes, I'm telling them, hey, we got to wait till the ball gets inbounded before we start. Yes. Say again. No resetting the game clock because the clock doesn't stop after a made basket, right? Clock still runs, so it's not a big deal. But I'm going to reset the clock, the game clock, the shot clock. I'm not worried about the game clock because there's no situation where it stops unless it's a foul.
You said you were gonna blow a whistle and then reset.
If it's at 31, I'm going to reset. The game clock's not going to change. The shot clock's going to change. Okay.
So if it means that they get 14 seconds from the backcourt, that's okay?
What do you mean 14 seconds?
Well, they screw up if it goes down to 31 when it shouldn't, and you still got 10 seconds.
But I'm going to have them take the ball out of bounds, yeah.
So they get 14 seconds.
Sure. They're going to have 10 seconds.
And that's okay with 10.
They're going to have 10 seconds.
We okay with that?
They're going to have 10 seconds. There's not 14 because it's at 35 now. I'm going to take the ball out of bounds at end line, and we're going to carry on.
Well, what if it's in bounds and 4 seconds has come off and the person with the clicker is messed up?
Start it over.
We're gonna try to catch it before.
Correct.
The 4 seconds.
How much time are the 2 or 3 of us gonna be spending on the damn clock?
All night. Until we get a crew that we can do something with. It is what it is.
Which is the only reason why we should be doing the clock and not people in a math class.
You're fucking sure. Whatever. Doesn't matter to me.
Go ahead, Jake.
Video.
What do you got? We're gonna wrap it up.
It's also something for us to pay attention to when the shot clock goes off to possession, not just in the first legal type check down. The game comes off first legal type check.
Correct. It's like a tip. Start the game.
Which I think
Right, we're gonna.
relates to your late decent.
Sure. Okay. All right, so this is going to take place on this video. I hope you can see things. It's just going to give a couple things. Again, it's a little cheesy at points, but it's got good video to kind of see what we got going on.
And then we'll show you a portion of this. It's gonna be all in your email boxes, as well as the first 20 questions. They're in those questions are in your email right now as we speak. I sent those to you. All right, so you can go over those when we break out in another 15 minutes or so. So we're just gonna watch a portion of this. You'll see what the video is talking about. Look for that to show up in your email tonight.
And class is now in session. During the 2024-2025 basketball season, the NIAA decided to implement the shot clock to a select few varsity-level basketball games here in Nevada. This season, the NIAA wants all of its varsity basketball games to be played with a shot clock. With that said, it's important that all varsity-level officials go over the intricacies of the shot clock. In this video, we will review NFHS rulebook regulation, NIAA information, and video for training about the implementation and use of the shot clock in varsity-level basketball games. In accordance with Rule 2-14 of the NFHS basketball rulebook, during the start of a basketball game, as well as each period, including overtime, and followed by every change of possession, each team will be given a 35-second shot clock. There will be no reset if the following fraction occurs if there is more than 20 seconds left on the shot clock. However, if the shot clock is below 20 seconds, it will be reset to 20 seconds. Now, if an offensive rebound occurs, the shot clock will automatically be reset to 20 seconds. Just keep in mind that the ball has to hit the ring or flange for the shot clock to reset. And in accordance with NFHS, the NIAA wants its officials to rule a 5-second violation against offensive players if they are being closely guarded while holding the ball in the front court. However, if that offensive player is dribbling, there will be no count. During the toss to start the game clock will begin when the ball is legally touched by one of the jumpers. And the shot clock will begin once team control is determined.
Okay,
and during all change of possessions.
okay, so that shot was taken. It was about 20, 21, 22, something like that. Okay, that shot was shot. Did that ball hit the rim? No. Okay, so what are we gonna have on a reset? No reset, right? Ball's gotta hit the rim to be a reset. Okay, obviously the defense, but the defense recovered the ball on the rebound, full reset. Okay, so again, that's just us noticing the ball's not hit the rim. Now, if my shot clock operator resets it to 20, or resets it to 35, whatever it may be, and the offense gets the ball, now we got a different situation, right? Okay, that's when it turns into a different situation. But us seeing that the ball has not hit the rim, and us knowing for sure, and we look up, we see that because that shot clock is right here, right? Most of them are going to be around the backboard. We see that ball and it's set at 22, misses the rim, the ball gets grabbed by the offense, and it gets reset to 35. We know what it is. We should know what it is, right? That's just being able to see it. We know the ball has not hit the rim, so we're good to go. Okay, there's nothing's being reset, right? Okay, keep going.
The shot clock will be reset to 35 seconds.
Yeah, I noticed that.
While the shot clock is being used, officials will not have to display a visual, nonverbal 10-second count in the backcourt. They can rely on the visual shot clock once the ball is live by subtracting 10 seconds. What this means is during a foul, violation, timeout, or any other stoppage of play in the backcourt, the offensive team will be given a fresh 10 seconds to bring the ball up court in order to avoid a 10-second backcourt violation.
Pause there for a second. Okay, so that makes sense. Okay, so if I'm dribbling the ball in the backcourt, right, and I pass the ball across the court, and the defense knocks the ball out of bounds. Okay, just like we used to do with our count, right? If the ball goes out of bounds in the backcourt, what happens to our 10-second count? We restart it. Same concept with this. The ball goes out of bounds on a defensive tip. I think it's the worst because now we're just penalizing the defense for good defense, right? Ultimately. Okay, but if the ball goes out of bounds on a tip, okay, we're staying with the offense. Now we have a new shot clock. Okay, and 20. Now, I brought this up in the meeting that we had with the state a couple weeks ago, is that I am personally going to tell my coaches, probably beforehand, hey, just so you know that the 10-second backcourt, if the ball goes out of bounds and the offense keeps it, it's a new 10. So I'm going to tell my partners, hey, new number's 20. New number's 20, right? And what is that telling me? What's that telling my crew? That's where our new 10-second count is at. So I don't want to see my C over here going, woo, 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 hey, 25, that's 10 seconds. No. The ball went out of bounds, our new 10 is at 20 seconds. Okay, so any kind of things in the backcourt. Now, if we have a defensive foul in the backcourt, I'm resetting to 35. Okay, I'm resetting to 35 in the backcourt. Front court's different. Okay, but again, ball goes out of bounds, we have a foul, we get a new 10. Okay? Go ahead.
All right, hold on. What we'll do is we'll stop right here. We'll pick this up at our next meeting. We're going to keep going. Watch that video. You'll get a chance to see it, and we'll come in and break it down in the next meeting. We're going to do our breakout rooms now. 500s, 400s. Stand up. You're going to go with Nelson and Clark over to a classroom. 100s, 200s, and 300s. And between, stay right here. Yo!
Who are the transfer requests? And you stay here in this room, you're 300. And then there's another identity.
Rookies go to 500, right?
500, 400, Nelson. Look in your email if you need those test questions. We're going to go over them.
Where'd you say?
That's where I'm
You're first time.